Hey, stream works. And now I get to wait for all the wonderful ads so I can actually see if the stream's running correctly. Oh, we have a whole 0 viewers. Yep. Nice. It's gonna be fun for the people that watch this thread in retrospect. It's like, what the fuck are they talking about? Oops. Indeed. I'm bad at not swearing. Welcome to the stream. We are back on this Tuesday, for more doodling and streaming.
Tuesday.
You know, I don't think there's any songs about Tuesdays being fun. Oh, I know there's Tuesdays Gone with the Wind, but I don't think that's the title of the song. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
My music tastes are weird. Anyway, we're back again for
Behold,
more
a
fun
Zork.
doodles. Oh, hello. I gotta start out with some fun robot doodles because why not? I didn't really have anything specific in mind for today, so... Well, I'm kind of in between commissions right now too, and it's just like some days I just want to just not think about stuff and doodle. So, like, I don't know if you've ever hit that point when you're trying to draw stuff and you just want to start something or try to start something, but you just can't like get the wheels to connect.
Yeah.
Actually, I did want to ask you something else. If you ever experienced, have you ever like tried to explain to someone, like I guess in your case, like something in terms of like music, and you've just like had a moment because you're just like, how the fuck do I explain, or like how do I know that? How do I explain this?
Oh, like as in, there's just no way to readily or easily make sense of it to a person not in the know.
I guess that's a way to look at it. Yeah, it's just like, or it's just, you know, like somebody in the audience was talking to me earlier, or I was talking to someone earlier about drawing robots, and they were saying they were having trouble with it, and I was like trying to give them tips. I'm like, wait a second, I'm not sure how to even explain this myself, other than just draw shapes, because it's just. Like, when it comes to robots, and it's ironic I'm saying this as I struggle to draw shapes, like, I've just drawn, like, this might come as a surprise being autistic and all, but I used to draw a lot of, and still draw a lot of robots and mechs and things in my sketchbooks. Shit, my last commission was a battle mech, so I've just kind of done it to
Hey, guy on Broadway, hey, Silicon Soul.
Hello, welcome back, guys. But yeah, it's just like, I've drawn so many mechs that it's just kind of almost become second nature to this point. I kind of want to say a reflex, but I don't know. Just like something I can kind of unconsciously do at times.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, because for me, mechs were kind of an easy transition because I drew armored characters so often.
Yeah, that was another thing too, was I drew a lot of that. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of mechs are just essentially guys in armor, so...
Yeah.
Which is always fun. I mean, for me it was a lot of Star Wars stuff, but... it is... It's feeling like summer today, and it's very warm at my place, so... Kinda wish I had the AC on. Oh well. I'll take this over last week. How's everybody doing today on this Tuesday? Oh, its stream is lagging, guys?
Tuesday.
Yeah, stream seems to be lagging for me.
Yeah, it's, I think it's Twitch. Oh, so, hey, Matrix.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
hey,
it's looking fine on my
Samurai.
end, so I think it's a Twitch thing.
Yeah, it was doing it for me earlier, and then it caught up. I do not know what that's about.
Yeah. I guess this does sound like Moody Blues, you're right. This is just like a royalty-free thing I found. I mean, I could definitely use some more, like, long royalty-free plays that are similar to this, because this is my kind of jam.
Yep.
As much as I can play the lo-fi stuff, I'd rather play this kind of stuff. Like, there's so much music I really wish I could play on Twitch, but Twitch get angry.
Well, Twitch is dumb. Ugh.
I mean, yeah.
Suddenly we get banned.
Yeah, just mid Twitch is banned. Actually, that does give me a thought. You know, Twitch doesn't like if you play copyrighted music. What if you play music by a band that never technically recorded an album?
I mean, Twitch is not going to recognize it itself, because that's like a whole nother thing. But it's not unheard of that bands like that get angry because they often don't publish because they don't want to be published.
Well, I'm not so worried about that part of it, considering that they are from the past, and I believe the lead singer is unfortunately long deceased. But there's a band I've learned of from the one podcast I listened to. They're apparently considered like one of the best never recorded punk bands. They're called the Screamers. I don't know if you've heard of them or not.
I may have, although I think I'm thinking of a different band.
Well, they did a lot of like performance live stuff back in like the San Francisco punk scene back in like the early days. Like they were they were sharing bills with bands like Dead Kennedys and things. And actually, funny enough, one of their members did play the organ on the Dead Kennedys' first album, because they aren't a band that actually had a guitarist to it. It was a lot of like electronic synths, and like they had a drummer, but it's just kind of like some of the weird music that I listen to, and I kind of was wondering if I'd be able to play that on here, but I'm also kind of leery of it because we have played stuff that's gotten the stream wiped before, and I'd rather not do that again. But I'm just like super curious, want to test that theory.
Yeah. Well, it's always worth a try, at the very least.
I mean, I could play it right now if people want to hear it. It's kind of out there, but
it's probably best to ask Diggs first.
Yeah,
but
that's true. Maybe some
yeah,
other time. Because
maybe next. Oh no, I already said hi to you.
Yeah, we could certainly debate it amongst ourselves, but it is probably better to ask, considering it's WBPL. Like if it was my own personal stream, I probably would just do it, but
yeah.
I think there's a number of artists I know, either just personally or just, I guess just hearing about them, that they have their own Discords, which, it's kind of interesting. I never really thought about doing that myself.
Yeah, it's not unheard of at the very least.
Yeah. I guess it's just more of do enough people want to come hang out with me while I draw shit. Then again, I just kind of do that, in the BPL as it is, so.
Yeah, like I said, wouldn't be unusual.
Yeah, I guess not. You working on anything?
I am currently just rotting my brain on Conquest of Elysium as I contemplate some of the Splatwork stuff I'm going to be doing for my setting.
Nice. Is that like all the fluff, or I guess for lack of a better term, the filler?
Yeah, like lore. The term that gets used in D&D or other settings is a splat book is like the ones that just expand on the existing lore of the setting.
Yeah, like I have, I think I actually have a few BattleTech books I bought years and years ago that were kind of that, where they're like splat books that kind of explain, like one's all about, has a bunch of stuff about battle armor and the setting and things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fun stuff. That's the stuff I want to do more of, is just write shit for my setting. I think we've been past time, so I can actually swear and not be apprehensive about it.
Yeah, no, we're at 9
It also
minutes.
looks like we're still having stream troubles, guys. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. It's not my connection. I think it's something to do with Twitch. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, I could try.
Twitch not always competent at twitching.
Yeah, I could try to close the stream and reboot it, but I don't know if that's going to do anything. Yeah, Twitch is throttling us right there. It says we're off. Oh wait, no, it says we're online, but yeah, it's lagging for me too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Zork. I'm sorry. There's not really anything we can do for it at the moment. It's nothing on my end or nothing on Storm's end, so I'm not sure what Twitch is doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it on Twitch myself, it looks like it's lagging pretty. The quality is really bad. Am I still? Is it like? Is us talking lagging? Like, there's there lag on that regard, or?
Let me see. Oh. Yeah, okay. We have a delay of about 13 seconds on our end, but it's not. So it looks like it's trying to buffer. Everyone's saying drop resolution and it should stabilize, which is unfortunate because it's an art stream.
Hold on.
But sometimes that be how do. Not your resolution, but.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know if I can actually do that for the stream itself.
No. That Silicon and Zork were telling other audience members to do that if necessary.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Again, it's nothing that we can really fix on our end, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just gotta make do. Gotta love it. Thank you, Twitch. You're such, you make it so we can't swear. Oh wait, I think that's more of a YouTube thing. Or you won't let me stream music, but
yeah, that's more of a YouTube thing.
Yeah. You'll at least make sure my videos run properly. Oh wait.
It's a theory.
Well,
Except when it is.
God damn it! Now I got the Brady Bunch stuck in my head. Thank you.
Suck it.
I cannot tell you how much TV Land I grew up with when I was a kid. My mom used to watch so many shows on TV Land, and being the kind of person that I am, I tend to just pay attention to sounds and stuff going on around me. So of course I got sucked into that. I mean, some of the shows were pretty fun. It was like, I think Dragnet was one. There was a lot of westerns that she watched, like Gunsmoke and things. But I unfortunately
when I was younger.
I have way too much Little House on the Prairie lore in my head to be good.
I mean, yeah. For me, it was like, because we would watch Nick at Night.
Oh yeah, that was
which is
another
Nickelodeon.
One too. Yeah, yeah, I remember that too. That was another big
and yeah, that always was interesting. So most of what I remember is like I Love Lucy and
oh yeah, that was another one too.
Stuff like that.
Like all those old shows. I mean, of course, I watched plenty of cartoons as well. But like Boomerang was another one too for cartoons, like all the old shows from that. And of course, that got weird when I learned about what Adult Swim was, because I was like, why are the why are the Flintstones swearing?
Yep. Never a fun.
Did you cut out Storm? Or is it maybe just being paranoid?
No, I was just glaring at my game because it pulled one of those really dick moves that only RNG can dream up.
Oh yeah, I know. I've played RimWorld. I know that shit. Where it's just like, oh hey, you know those chinchillas you were supposed to watch for the royal guy? Guess what? One of them now has a plague. It's just like fucking great.
Yeah.
Like I love RimWorld, but my god, does it piss me off at times.
Yeah.
It's weird, and I think we've actually talked about this before on the stream, but it's like, I have a harder time with the losing is fun when it comes to RimWorld versus, like, when I play Dwarf Fortress. Like, Dwarf Fortress, when I had legendary...
I think it's a... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, no, go ahead, because I think I know what you're going to say.
I think it's a personality thing.
I mean, that's definitely part of it too. I'm sure, you know, OCD definitely plays a part of that. It's kind of hard to not have control over things. But at the same time, like, when it comes to, like, say, Dwarf Fortress, like, I've had a Forgotten Beast show up and, like, kill 80 dwarves on my fortress. And I thought that was fun. I was like, oh, this is bad, but, you know, it's at the same time, it's like, hell yeah, I got a fun Dwarf Fort story. But, like, when it comes to RimWorld, like, I'll have stuff that'll royally screw up my playthrough. Like, I've had nuclear reactors melt down on me and cause, like, a radioactive winter before, and I've reloaded from that, because it's just, like... I think what the problem is that RimWorld, there's too much micromanaging for me to the point where I get invested. And then I don't want bad stuff to happen to essentially my model train set that I built. At least nothing too bad. I mean, I don't mind if certain colonists die, unless it's like like if it's my Mechanitor run, I'm gonna be upset if he dies. But I don't know, just weird thing to think about with games. Because it's the same thing with Xenonauts versus the newer XCOM games for me too. Oh yeah, dude, C-Lab and Space Ghost. That was... And then, you know, you got, like, Aqua Teen that came out of that and everything.
Aqua Teen Thunderfuck.
That's the porno version.
Oh my god.
I don't want to think about that. I actually do want to see an episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force where they try to make a porno. Because I just imagine that would just get really stupid and would just probably end up being like, Boogie Nights, but dumber.
Yeah.
But
C-Lab Space Ghost, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Others agreeing with us about that basically being the high school or college experience.
Oh yeah. I tried to draw a brain, but it kind of looks like broccoli.
From time to time, this does happen, yes.
I am Broccoli-tron. You must eat your leafy greens.
I like leafy greens. Whether you like them or not is immaterial.
Yes, just starts force-feeding you handfuls of broccoli. You must become a big, strong boy.
Some of this lore we come up with is very disturbing.
It is, but now I have a fun twist for this character. Like, is it really fun lore building if there's not some cursed things that come up from time to time?
Indeed.
I mean, shit, I was just talking about that with Jiggles earlier. Like, there's the old school, like, Pokemon lore is so cursed because it's based off of, like, Japanese folklore and mythology and stuff. Like, I distinctly remember reading about Pokemon where it's like, it will lead children's spirits into the afterlife where they will never return from. And as a kid, I'm like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is now broccoli. I will color it so it looks like broccoli, but this is now broccoli.
Broccoli.
Broccoli!
Broccoli rot! Dun, 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 dun. Broccoli rot!
I'm glad you picked up on the song I was going for. Which is funny because I've never played a Final Fantasy game. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I'm going to change that at some point.
You're gonna tie me to a chair. It's like you have to beat Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
Just spent like half the game running around. Oh wait, it's not like completely open RPG, so I can't just run around punching people.
No, it's old school, like turn-based JRPG, at least in the 7 era. You don't start seeing the kind of action RPG until 12.
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever played a JRPG.
It's
just never
turn-based
appealed
combat.
to me. Yeah. Well, I mean, turn-based is fine. I mean, I guess that technically, then I guess I have because that's Pokemon. But
yeah, Pokemon would be a JRPG by definition.
Yeah. So I guess technically, I guess I have played a JRPG then, but I don't know, when it comes to turn-based RPGs, I kind of like more like XCOM style stuff than like Final Fantasy.
So you're more into the tactical RPGs.
Yeah. Like I'm the kind of kid that played with Army Men in the sandbox, so it makes sense.
Then it would probably the best starting place for you if I were to force you to play Final Fantasy would be Final Fantasy Tactics.
And I've heard of that one.
That one is what's the word I'm looking for? Intense.
I was also just thinking of I mean it's not Final Fantasy, but Valkyria Chronicles is another turn-based Japanese style game, which I've never played, but I've seen I've seen art stuff for it. I'm like, that looks interesting, but I also feel like the anime parts of it would kind of hang me up on it. Because I don't hate anime. I'm just very picky about the stuff that I watch.
Well, yeah, like you watch Gundam and stuff, so like I didn't assume you did.
Yeah. I guess I just more than say that for the audience's sake, because you know, that night I've had my friends be like, "Oh, you hate anime, like you hate everything," because I'm like, I don't like One Piece, dude. I think One Piece sucks.
That's a way to start a fight.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, granted, we also might just be giving other shit, but yeah, they were.
I'm also joking there. Like
Oh no!
I've enjoyed One Piece. It's not anything I'd go to bat for.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some diehard One Piece fans. Oh, is that Andy?
A most endless of vans.
Hello, Andy.
Hey, you're late.
Yeah,
Silicon Soul saying Final Fantasy 1 all red mage run.
What'd that do?
It make all 4 members of your party the same class.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Red mage. Like, I want to be a little bit of everything, but I don't want to commit.
So you're just playing mayonnaise.
Yeah, they're the D&D bard.
Yeah, they're D&D bard, but without music involved. It's just
so not as fun.
Yeah, they get a little bit of white magic or healing magic. They get a little bit of black magic or destruction magic. They can sword fight, but they're not amazing at it. And they can use magical items that are all the magical items of the different classes.
I've
heard there's a lot of maybe this is just because of the one artist that I followed, but correct me if I'm wrong. I believe most bards could probably be on an episode of Mari due to all the illegitimate children.
I mean, that's a stereotype from D&D, but like all stereotypes, it does come from somewhere.
I mean, there's this one artist I used to follow. I mean, I still kind of do. I don't really see him put out much these days, but he had a character who was a bard who basically had all these like hybrid children because he was like essentially just like slept with every single like D&D monster girl that's out there. So
yeah.
There was this online comic called 8-Bit Theater, and it pretty much followed the Final Fantasy 1 storyline and the pixels, but was very much a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And they had where the Red Mage was like, he was the meta gamer, he was the power gamer and all that, trying to get everything he could.
I think Tex had the guy that wrote that on the podcast, didn't he?
He might have. Tex has a lot of those kind of, like back when he was still doing the podcast, he had a lot of those kind of people on.
I mean, they're still doing the podcast. It's just more sporadic now because of just shenanigans.
Yeah, it's like once every couple months, assuming the moon is right.
Hey, I get that.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I should correct
I say that being on a podcast, and I'm like the guy that doesn't do any of the editing for the podcast.
Also, Whacker just wants you to know this is all a total Sigma move.
Whacker, don't make me send you that picture again.
Broccoli,
You know the one.
robot. Have you eaten your broccoli today?
If you have not, it will be forcibly ingested.
No, it's like, have you eaten your broccoli today? And if you say no, it shoves it down your mouth.
Yeah, no, we were saying that before you hopped in. That like originally it was just gonna be a brain in the jar there, but it just kind of looked like broccoli when I drew it, so we just came up with this cursive lore. I'm glad that we are on the same brainwave.
Dr. Robotnik's like attempt to like get people to.
Oh, that's right. I know what I'm drawing next. I know exactly what I'm drawing next.
So I was
Ah!
I was watching the Diggs birthday stream where they were playing Repo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
One day I'd like to either do a piece where it's like some of the guys with their Repo characters, but a little bit of a flair to them. Like Texas would be the little black Simbot holding a shotgun and with like a cigar in his mouth.
And a mustache. I just imagine a mustache.
Oh yeah.
Diggs's would be a teddy bear. Mine would
like
probably be a Furby. Andy, yours would be a scarecrow. Or it would have like a straw hat and like overalls, I think.
You know, the monsters themselves, I think it'd be funny if we could like if someone could reskin or retexture the monsters to be like in Repo. There's a blind gunman. Like he walks around and he's blind, but he can hear a dime drop and he's got like 100% precision shot.
It's
and
high
that guy, yeah, that guy would be like Tex. But I don't want to spoil too much because you might want to play later.
Well, yeah,
right?
we'll play it later. I'm finally going to see what this repo's all about because I've never.
Now, what do you
played
think
it.
what do you think of modding?
I mean, if it's an easy setup for mods, like if it's like how Lethal Company works, I forget the name of the website, but you just download a mod pack from there. That's fine. What I hate is when you gotta dig into the files for stuff like you do with Fallout New Vegas.
Dr. Robotnik, Console says.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, that's his name, Dr. Robotnik.
Instead of the mustache, he's got like a green afro or something. But
that does remind me of all the cursed me characters I made for my wife's and I's Switch. Like I have broccoli, asparagus, pumpkin.
Oh, it's like my vegan heavy metal band. The lead singer's name is Romaine. The drummer is Butternut.
I'm sorry, that's funny to me because I've met a lead singer named Romaine and he was a jackass.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say he's a vegan. I'm like, I think the prophecy has come true, Andy.
Yeah, their band name is Shredded Lettuce.
Okay, that's good. I think you've said
that's
that
good.
where
That's
I heard
good,
it
man.
before, but that's good.
I love stupid band names like that. Like one of the bands I saw was Amigo the Devil, and that they were great. They had songs like Hangover from Jonestown and No Crying at the Orgy. They opened for Clutch. That was an awesome concert.
Yeah, so much has been going on. Also, people have been playing Oblivion and
that's
making
right.
weird faces.
I mean, you have that Unreal technology there. If you weren't making the most cursed things, like the one that Diggs keeps posting. I don't know if that's one that he made or one that was from the internet, like the green one. That just looks like if Shrek sucked a lemon for 3 days straight. Like that one's.
I think that was from the internet.
Okay, that one's just wonderfully cursed. I love that one.
I don't know his name, but there was one who was playing it this morning, and he made basically a goblin. He was making a goblin.
Colbert.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Colbert made Discount Dan made a Goblin Man, huh?
Yep.
Also, somebody was
Oh my
posting.
God, Whacker! What is wrong with you?
What did he say?
Well, you were talking about the the Jonestown Hangover as the band name.
Yeah.
And he was just like S'mores at Waco.
Oh, that is a good band name, though. That's so fucked, but it's a good band
I know.
name. Like, I can't even, like, be mad at that, because I listen to a band whose name is Dead Kennedys, like...
Yep.
Also, I have not watched Gundam... I don't even know how you pronounce it. Quuvix? Mostly just because I don't really watch a ton of TV. Like, honestly, the main reason I was able to watch Requiem for Vengeance is because my wife was out of town. I was like, well, I have the TV now, might as well watch it. I wouldn't be opposed to watching it. I'm just not sure. I don't know. I just feel like all the stuff in that, the suits in that are way overly designed, which I guess I get it because it was like people that worked on Evangelion did it, but I don't know. I'm picky about my mechs.
I mean, studio's probably getting what it paid for.
No, absolutely. I mean, in terms of like detail, if they really wanted really detailed, like unique looking mobile suits, they definitely got that. But it's like my favorite mobile suit, and I've probably talked about this a million times. So if there's a bingo card, yes. I like how you said that with just like defeat in your voice.
I didn't mean for it to sound like defeat. It's more like we've been here before.
Yeah.
I know you, Krispy. Yeah. I know what you're about.
Oh yes. But one of the reasons I like it is because while it's got a very striking design, but it's not it's more minimalist. Like there's not a ton of crazy detail to it, you know.
Yeah, it's basically a Roman soldier with wings.
Yeah, very much so. Or like a knight centurion kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got that look.
Yeah, and
it's got the Roman mohawk.
And it stands out. Like that's one I distinctly remember. I mean that is essentially the mobile suit that got me into mecha in general. But you know, it just sticks with me more. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like too many things these days just try to over-design stuff. And at a certain point, the detail just becomes muddy, and you just kind of lose what you're trying to do with it, you know? Yeah, I mean, I've certainly seen stuff with that show that looks interesting, but it's just... I'm just being nitpicky, I guess.
You are, but we still love you.
I like what I like, you know?
Yeah. No, I started showing Whacker, what was it called? Escaflowne.
Oh, no, I was there for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I just left after, I think 2 episodes because I was tired, and I think that was actually the night we got back from my trip, which...
yeah, you sounded pretty sleepy that night.
Yeah, I think that was, what, Friday night? I think it was Friday night. Yeah, that would have been it. So yeah, I had a very interesting week last week. I don't know if you heard this story, Andy. I was telling Storm about it before stream started. So last week was my wife and I's first wedding anniversary. Congratulations to ourselves. Not to pat myself in the back, but no, it was. I was very happy. And we had a nice week planned where we were going to go to this cabin down Gettysburg area, and we were gonna spend a longer weekend there. It was gonna be a fun time, and the first day we were there was nice. It was a sweet little cabin out in the woods. We did some sightseeing and things, got some dinner. It's a good time. but we had heard there was like a brush fire or something going on, but we had heard it was contained. Day 2 rolls around, and as we're going into town that day, we go past some fire department people setting up signs saying fire activity and setting up barricades, and we were just like, oh, that's not good. But we went to town, we had a day, but my wife's like talking to the Airbnb person, and they're saying about how there's like a brush fire going on. So at a certain point, we decided to head back to our cabin. And as we're driving back, it is a completely cloudless day, but we're seeing a lot of clouds on the horizon because it's not clouds, it's smoke because this had turned into a forest fire. And long story short, we had to leave our cabin because there was a forest fire. So that was fun. And then we tried to find a place in town, but it's Gettysburg, so that weekend was going to be a lot of bus tours, and we're going to have a hard time finding a place to stay. Like, we were able to get a hotel for a night, but they weren't able to keep us the next day, so we were just like, well, I guess we'll just go home. So we celebrated specifically our anniversary day at home with sushi and Indiana Jones, which, you know, honestly, that's not a bad way to do it. We were just happy to be home to our cats. We missed our cats.
Aww.
Yes, Whacker, Zord blessed my marriage.
You should have driven around to the right, UNC Samurai says.
Yeah. Hell of a day.
Hey, Brewster. I don't think I saw you come in earlier.
I don't think I did either. Well, I'm also, like, I usually drawing. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to stream.
UNC Samurai says, worst band name he's ever heard is a punk band called Rectal Projectile.
Oh, man, that is a good one. I think the worst that I heard was Special Ed of the Short Bus.
Sensible.
Yeah, that one was a bit on the nose.
God, it reminds me of that Crank Anchor character.
Which one? Is it like Jerky Boys, or?
Did you remember the little serious Crank Anchors?
I remember. Yeah, it was like I think I saw some episodes of Comedy Central, but it was essentially like puppets doing like. Yeah, they had puppets that were essentially just filling in for like actual crank calls they did for people.
Yeah, one of the characters was Special Ed. It was a puppet that had like a helmet on and usually something up its nose or something.
I see. You know, speaking of jerky, I just remembered something. So there was a jerky store I went to down there, and I got something called the Reaper, which I'm guessing is a beef jerky stick covered in Carolina Reaper sauce, or seasoning. And I had a dumb thought today of, what if I opened this and ate it while I was on stream? So, I'm gonna do that now.
Okay, so, in all seriousness, Crispy, if it really is fucking you up, let me know and I can, like, take over stream for a bit.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll say something. I mean, I would totally stream this if I could, but A, I don't know how it would be. I'm not wearing a shirt. But
maybe the BPL should have its own version of Hot Ones.
I mean, I'd be down for an episode of that. I'd just probably die.
Hosted by Mad Ducks himself.
We're gonna die if Mad Duck's hosted. His blood is Tabasco sauce.
I think I remember one of the first things they did for either the Christmas stream or WBPL is they showed someone eating one of those death chips.
Oh yeah, no, it was Cocainium and one of the others.
So I have it open. It definitely smells like beef. I'm going to now eat some of it. Hold on. Oh. Honestly, I'm surprised WBPL doesn't have Jackass. So it definitely is spicy. Not to the point where I'm screaming. Yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's definitely spicy, but it's not too bad. Oh, let's give it a few minutes. It could get worse. I am glad I have water here, though. Anyway, I'm glad Whacker is here because I did have an idea for my next drawing.
Oh no! We all know what happens now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
Yeah, speaking of jerky.
Whacker is jerky boy. Okay.
Do you mean a shriveled up piece of meat, or someone who's a bit of a jerk? Yes.
Oh, you really are a tad naughty.
Yeah, this is spicy, but I'd be honest, it's not the spiciest thing I've ever eaten. So, I mean, it's good jerky. I give it like a decent rating, but
I hope it's not like that spicy that like it seems okay at first and you keep eating and then like a minute later it's like all of a sudden like, and here we go.
Oh, I mean, I definitely feel it. It definitely is spicy, but it's not like, it's not as bad as the time I ate a habanero. That was pretty rough.
Hi, I'm Crispy. Whacker says, "Hi, I'm Crispy Quout, and this is WBPL Jackass."
Yeah, that sounds like a stream.
Crispy, for your next anniversary, just skip the travel and stay at home and watch Fire Force anime.
Actually, you know what's funny? The night before the forest fire happened, we were watching a movie starring Casper Van Dien from Starship Troopers called Fire Tornado.
Sensible.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite kind of spicy is it starts making your forehead break out in sweat just a bit. And you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to that point right now. It's spicy. The time I ate all raw habanero was pretty rough. That was a rough time.
Well, that's what you get for thinking with your stomach. No, thanks. Anyways, now that we're here for this commercial break, I'm going to let you know about those prices over there at Discount Dan's. Discount Dan brings you the finest quality products for minimal price, guaranteed. For example, Discount Dan's discount condom. I can't even finish that joke.
Alright, I'm back.
Hello back, I'm Stormsong. Also, the audience may hate us now.
What did we do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
Nothing. Well, Discount Dan isn't a reliable source. He's the one that sold lead silverware to the Roman Empire. But, I imagine that he would tell you it's still here, my dudes.
He's definitely the kind of guy that would try to sell you, like, Roman sculptures that are actually made out of, like, asbestos.
You put the ass in asbestos.
We got genuine Pompeii ashes, right?
Are you drawing Garfield the cat?
No. Though that does give me an idea for another drawing.
Yeah, I sent it to you in private message, Whacker. I'm not saying that one out loud.
It's one of those inside thoughts, huh?
It's one of those thoughts where my intrusive thoughts are like, what the fuck, dude?
Yes, I know those very well. For me,
Oh my
it was
God.
Tuesday.
I just had a thought for a game.
Oh no.
So
What
it's
kind of game?
Papers, Please, but it's your brain, and it's like thoughts being allowed to pass through.
Oh, dude. Oh no. That is, oh man.
Like from the brain to the mouth or something like that. Like you're the gatekeeper.
I would lose that game.
Every 10 seconds.
I would definitely lose that game.
Sometimes you'd have like a normal thought just sitting there being like, oh yes, I'd like to get through. I'd like to think about this idea of a hydrogen. And all of a sudden an intrusive thought comes through and says, I want to get Krispy. And you have to like shut the gate before it gets through.
Oh, so it's just me every day. Gotcha. I've had to learn to develop a filter over the years. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Game name, Permit for Your Thoughts.
Ooh,
That's pretty good.
that's a good name for that.
That, yes. And it's
Whoever's
also
came up
reminiscent
with
of
that.
one of my... It's also reminiscent to me of one of my favorite turns of phrase, a penny for your 2 cents.
Wait a minute, that's not how it goes.
Anyways.
I'm scared now.
You should be.
When are we watching Ghost Stories again?
Heck, after I get home from work tonight we can. Granted, I don't know when that'll be.
Well, I think we're gonna be playing Repo later.
Then you have made your choice, child.
Yeah, tell me something.
You can play with a Storm.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
I don't think it's like that expensive.
I think it's like, it's like $20. It's
Well,
not
at the
expensive.
No, it's like $9.99, I think.
Oh,
At,
yeah.
at the moment, after upgrading software and some of the hardware at the studio, everything's kind of expensive to me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but $10, Storm. I mean, think of it this
Shit,
way: if we were to go out to eat,
I could get a lot of tacos for that.
yeah, but here's the difference between repo and $10 of tacos. Once you pay $10 for repo, you can play it as much as you want. After you eat the tacos, there's a chance you're not going to be holding those tacos for much longer.
That's okay. You'll be reunited with them soon enough.
Last
That
time
is
I had tacos, they were so bad. I was shitting cornmeal for like 3 days.
Dude, my elementary school, I'm pretty sure the meat in some of those tacos was gray. I still ate them, and then every time I ate those tacos, I got horrible stomach pains. But I still ate them, because I was a stupid kid.
Indeed.
Look, everybody knows the best thing you get at the cafeteria at school is pizza.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely a safer bet versus some of the other foods that are out there. I mean, I'm trying to think of like some of the not okay-ish foods. I think I've blocked them out of my memory, but
Wait a minute. Are you roboticizing Whacker?
no, why would I ever do that?
Oh, okay.
Definitely would never do that.
Yeah, man. Oh, I thought that was his
Shit.
mustache.
Oh, I do need to give him a mustache, don't I? He looks like a character from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Return to slab.
I can see Whacker haunting me to return a slab.
Yeah,
Return
man.
your slab.
Return to slab of beef.
I wish I could remember how it went, but it's like the song Mr. Brightside. It's like, now he's having a smoke and he's returning the slab. It's just like they managed to slip to return the slab in there, and it was just so great.
That is beautiful.
Mr. Brownstone, can I leave
One sec.
alone? She won't leave me alone. Oh, no, no, don't leave me alone.
Dun, 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 dun.
I've been tearing apart a piano, and I'm at the point where I have to like pull the individual strings apart. But I was playing with them, and
Sorry about that. I had to put the cat out.
I was like dragging the screwdriver across it. I was trying to make like the typical horror sounds, like.
Yep. That's
The part
actually
was like, I should just keep this and like make Foley work with it.
no. You do. I encourage that.
Honestly,
Like,
yeah, why not?
yeah.
Okay. Those old pianos, they have a massive chunk of cast iron inside them. That thing is heavy as.
Oh yeah.
I can
Why do you
believe
think they use them in so many sorts of Acme? Like
Yeah, I mean, I've got
bits?
most of the wood down. All I have is the like the cast iron frame that the strings are on and a bit of wood backing. Even that's like too much for me to lift. Like, I'm surprised I got it down safely. And Binksy, my black cat, she kept getting under it when I was trying to lower it. I'm like, get out of here, cat! I'm gonna crush you! Get.
Oh, dude, I always worry about that when I'm moving heavy stuff because my cats like to get underfoot. Pudding especially likes to get underfoot, and I'm just like, because I've accidentally stepped on him, like his foot or something before in my shoes, and I mean, I always feel bad when that happens, but I worry about like, because intrusive thoughts, you know how it is. Just worried about like something happened to my cat.
he will learn through pain.
No,
Actually-
Pudding's a good boy. He just want pets.
Actually, Storm, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Could you check the price of repo for me real quick?
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, this definitely looking like Whacker and Eggman's love child.
Currently, $9.99.
All right.
9. Number 9.
So, yeah, but instead of small animals, Whack Botnik would put small children in robots.
Ah, so the
God.
story of Warframe.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that is Warframe.
I haven't actually
Turns out
played
Warframe-
Warframe yet, but that's how it was summarized to me.
When you said he was like putting kids in robots, I just thought of that one like erector set doll spider from the original Toy Story.
Oh god, yeah.
And then I'm just like, oh, so Whacker's doing the Strog thing.
You know, now that I think about it, Whacker could be the purple guy from Five Nights at Freddy.
I thought you were gonna say Grimace. I was like, oh shit.
Get in the suit, kids.
Would you rather be stalked by Grimace or Goofy?
All right,
like a
Storm
horror
Song.
movie.
Check your gifts on Steam.
Oh, damn it.
Orc massage. What? No.
Andy, why do you have to be so fucking generous? You're poor.
Yeah. It was me. It was me that did it, Chet. That's right.
You're so mean with how nice you are.
Yes.
Kill
Isn't
with
that
kindness.
right, individual in chat who who said things.
It was Whacker, wasn't it?
Bully6 says, my cats are paranoid when I'm carrying something large. Silicon Soul says, gentle squishing only.
Oh yeah, I like to slap his tummy because he had thick tummy.
Wait, whose tummy?
My
Your
cat's
kitty.
tummy. Pudding.
Oh yeah.
He lives up to the name a bit.
I've got one. I don't know how, but I got one cat that's like a lot that's fatter than the other one. I just don't understand.
Aggressive kindness, Zork reminds us.
Well, I know why Pudding is thick. It's because he eats so much food. Of course, it also should be noted that his sister, her name is Yogurt. Yes, I've named my cats Pudding and Yogurt. She is rather light and fluffy. She's like a fluffier cat, but she's also very tiny and light, so definitely a big weight difference between the two. Well, I mean, we'll find out how much he actually weighs next week. We're taking him to the vet, so we'll find out if he's fat or not.
I need to take my cats to the vet and get them like fixed and all that, but I'm gonna be tight for funds for a while.
Yeah, which is why you shouldn't have bought me a game!
Oh, that's
Too
right.
late.
That's something I totally did, Storm. It totally was me that did that. Right, chat?
Wait, then who bought it?
Who was phone?
It was me. I definitely wasn't told to say it was me.
It was
I
me,
definitely
Barry.
wasn't told it wasn't me.
It's me, Barry. I skibbited your rizz.
I wonder if there's a Skibbity mod for Repo. Let me go check.
Well, there's apparently one for fucking Elder Scrolls. Thank you for that, Whacker.
How can there be? There's no toilets in Elder Scrolls.
That's
But
what
there
the
are
dragons
shit
are.
buckets.
Yeah, you can shit in a bucket. That's still a toilet.
Skibbity shit bucket.
Shit
Skibbity
buckety
toilet
toilet.
already is a shit bucket.
Well, crap, now I can't tell who
I
sent me the
also-
gift. I
oh,
already
God.
accepted it. Damn it.
I also saw Skibbity toilet toys and sheets. And
Yeah, I
was
saw
very
that at Dollar
upset.
General. It said Skibbity toilet, but none of it was like the character, the thing I know. It was like a bunch of robots and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is Skibbity toilet?
I don't. I shouldn't be upset, but I hate it so much.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that game.
reason
Skibbity shit bucket sounds like a fucking great insult. You're right, guy on Broadway, it does.
Oh yeah, that's pretty solid.
What are you, skibbity shit bucket? God, it sounds extra mean.
It does.
So mean.
Oh God! If Whacker's Robotnik, then that makes Crispy's gonna be a blue Furby.
Oh. Well, you know.
How'd go?
I mean, I may or may not have bought a bunch of McDonald's toy Furbies at an antique store this week. So, it might be fitting.
What is with you people and how you spend money?
I mean, to be fair, I bought a few and then my wife bought the rest because we didn't want to leave there were 5 of them and we're like, well, we have to get them all.
Crispy, with Storm Song's a joke reaction, I could make an obvious joke, but I'm not going to. But I want you to know that the urge to make it is strong.
Oh no,
I know exactly where this is going.
I know what you mean.
It's at the Papers, Please booth. He's pushing against the door, and the guards are like, "No!"
Told you Furby, I Furby. Yeah,
Hey, Mr. Jiggle.
like. Hello, Jiggles.
Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
I'm drawing Whacker currently.
I'll stop that, Furby. If it's the last thing I do, man. Yeah, man.
I could see why I could do
Now, Crispy, don't give him fishnet stockings.
I mean, I could absolutely do that.
Don't do it!
We're
That was
fucking
wrong.
we're-
Looks at the camera and smiles wirily.
I know how to do it relatively easily. So
Crispy, when was the last time you had a chili dog?
that's a good question. I can't remember. I'm not opposed to having one. I just can't remember.
You can always go.
Crispy, when's the last time you were in a Turkish prison? When's the last time you watched movies about gladiators?
You ever been to a Turkish prison?
You like watching movies about men oiling themselves up and then rubbing up against each other?
Yo.
No, neither do I. I'm just asking. A character that just walks up. You know, to be honest, that sounded like Dagoth didn't it? Terrible. Just asking for a friend, Nerevar. But have
Come
you,
here.
do you have any VHSs about Turkish wrestling?
Come, Nerevar, we must grease ourselves.
God.
It's Dagoth but he's like on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure guys.
Did you see the Dagoth but it's Reddit comments?
Oh god.
I can't repeat a good chunk of them.
I was gonna say how many racial slurs are in there?
God.
I mean, it's probably just the one that's not real, but
No,
I mean,
no, one of them does get mentioned. It isn't said.
I mean it's Reddit is not a good place to be.
Yes.
You will never find a more wretched hum of scum and villain. Well, I guess 4chan died. There, that was a place, and then I guess it came back. So
Yeah. Well, a bunch of 4chaners who were like, "I'm gonna go start my own 4chan with blackjack and hookers," crashed it, and then it's back, and then it'll be gone again, and then it'll be back, and it'll probably be like 30% more fed this time. But you know how these things go.
As opposed to the 50% fed that it was currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
guess they can have fun flinging feces at each other in the sandbox.
Yeah. That's actually why I'll actually say that I find Reddit to actually be worse than 4chan, because the people on Reddit think they're experts at things.
Oh, absolutely. I love going to the positive I go there sometimes for the positive news boards or like the good news boards, because you know I'd rather that than like go watch the regular news.
Though as
And
I think about it, yeah.
My God, the comments in every single post that I've ever seen, there's always at least 2 people or 3 people that just have to poke holes and be a wet blanket in everything.
oh yeah. The best way to get the correct answer to something is not to ask for it, but to blatantly state the wrong answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, I mean, this is just more of like people being like, actually, this is not good news. This is bad.
it's like if you want to know what color the sky is, you don't ask what color is the sky. You go into there and you say the sky is green.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people do just be that doobie
Some people
doobie.
need either a hobby, a hug, or to be
A
forcibly
slap.
institutionalized.
Some people need.
I mean that too.
Some people need all 3. That's called good parenting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was about to say something very Old Testament.
Gonna go do some Cain and Abel shit, or no.
No, I'm talking like sometimes it's a good thing that I don't have a 5-pound iron rod.
Oh my.
Yeah, but that's supposed
God,
to be.
he's got a ball cap on.
I'll give you a yes.
You know, it kind of looks like something else.
I could make it look more like what you're thinking, but I'm not going to.
Crispy, I want to make a joke that's obvious from the comment that Storm Songs made, but I don't want to say it because it would be considered.
I know exactly what he's referring to. Well, luckily it's not cold out, so it won't shrink. Yeah, I think Reddit is the world's smallest dick measuring contest. That's a good way to put it.
Remember where the internet used to be, where nerds went to go socialize, and then you know
man.
what the fuck's got on there.
Neopets was like peak internet, even though it was started by a guy that wanted to use it to spread Scientology.
Okay, let's not harp.
Yeah, no, let's not. That's down the rabbit hole video I watched one time on the history of Neopets, and it was very interesting. But I digress. Neopets were kind of interesting. I think all my Neopets are probably dead now. I haven't fed them in a long time.
Well, yeah, that's part of how it works.
All right. If I had, like, in the past decade taken control of Neopets, what I'd have done is I'd turn it into some form of, like, Dead Space Krogrian nightmare, and, like,
I was hoping you were going to say that.
All the pets that have been abandoned, like, they would be fused together in their pens and now roaming around as monsters, and, like,
I don't actually think it's still around anymore. I think the website is just there, but it's not actually
functional.
Anything. Yeah.
Hey, chat. Those of you that have played World of Warcraft and haven't, remember all of those mounts you left in your bank account?
Oh, God.
There go!
In
oh,
the
no, they're still
arms
there.
of the angel.
Alive and not being fed. Just existing. And their digital Digimon state locked inside of a bank account in Stormwind or what was Ironforge. Forever.
That said, let's move on from the Reddit topic, people. Not calling anyone out there, just it tiptoes. It tiptoes.
Yeah, it's very easy to send that into a direction where you don't want it to be.
Yes.
Oh, I had like a dream state idea where I was kind of like I don't even know if I was awake. I just remembered the idea.
Yeah.
I wanted to draw like a Titanic-sized Furby with, like, you know, skyscrapers in the foreground, and the Furby would have that kind of like fading that shows when like big things are in the distance.
I'm following you. Yeah, I think you should
like,
do this.
Oopa! And like sirens.
Oopa.
Basically, instead of Godzilla, it's a Furby.
Yeah, it's like some Shadow of the Colossus. Imagine if that's what you were fighting in Shadow of the Colossus.
I wonder if there are any mods for shit.
I hope there is a Furby mod for Shadow of the Colossus. If it does not exist, someone in the audience needs to make that, because I've never played Shadow of the Colossus, and I will absolutely play Shadow of the Colossus.
Krispy!
Yeah, I know. I'm uncultured swine. What do you want from me?
Got it. That, like, if there's one video game that I would say has to be legally defined as a piece of art, and like give them protection, it would be Shadow of the Colossus. Like that
I'm glad you did not say Yick.
Well, as well as its prequel-y. Well, technically it's the sequel, but Eco.
Oh.
There's also like the Guardian one with the bird.
Yeah,
cat.
yeah, Clifford the big red dog.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus is art, and I will thank you to respect it.
I've only played Shadow of the Colossus once, and I've only watched one other playthrough of Shadow of the Colossus, but I just remember it so much. You know, it just has such a big place in my little gaming heart that it's like,
Alright.
Yep. Also, Andy, did you ever watch through Game Grumps' playthrough of Shadow of the Colossus?
Yes, I do remember that. I think I tried to pull the horse trick on you once.
Yeah.
Think of horses, Storm.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that playthrough.
Just the way Dan just looks at him like, how? You knew this?
He's like, no, yes. I know storytelling.
You know what, Storm Song? Someone needs to take that clip and run it over as if they're watching Neverending Story when they're going through the
Arthritic.
Oh, okay, Satan. No, I've actually never seen that movie.
Pretty good boy, isn't he?
Yep.
Another movie I've never seen.
Okay, the way he took the shape and doubled it makes me think of an enemy from a Final Fantasy original game.
I'm just glad you weren't going to say something sexual. I was very concerned.
Why Why would I? And why would you make that statement? Like, what's wrong?
Because we're deranged people.
Yeah,
Search your
but
feelings, Andy. You know
okay,
this to
you
be
know what?
true.
The guy that like sleeps at the like the guy that works at the gate of your he must be asleep or drunk off of IPAs or something.
I mean, it might be a bit of both. Let's be honest.
You let that one guy that likes to make his passport out of Crayola through all the time.
Oh, I would absolutely let him through because it's funny. I'd be a horrible border garden papers, please.
Kazakhstan, it's best place. Oh yeah.
It was like, you're a peach, get out of here. Meanwhile, he's like smuggling like crocodile across the border. I'm not sure what I'm drawing, but it's slimy.
Are you drawing a Furby that's like a Hedora Furby?
I mean, I have drawn the Furby flubber, the Flurby. This is, I don't know. I'm drawing a Goopy boy.
It looks like what's the penguin that goes newt newt?
Pangu.
Yeah, it looks like a Pengu toy that got left out in the sun.
It's like, kill me.
No, it would go no.
Yeah, it's like a John. Actually, what's just funny because they did make a Pangu animation of John Carpenter's a thing, but yeah.
You know, you had Sid's toys and Toy Stories. They should like. I mean, hell, you can make like a little short series about like a bunch of deformed and like melted toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that could be interesting.
These are all the toys that were left in the. You know what? Imagine a Stretch Armstrong that's been punctured.
It's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, no, I feel sad thinking about that.
He's like,
I'm the kind of kid that got emotional about shit like that. Like I'll see all the stuff with Toy Story. Like I was very emotional about the Penguin character as a kid. I was like, "Aw."
was that like the third one?
That was the second one. I don't think I've actually ever seen the third one. Now that I think about it.
It was pretty okay.
The penguin in the second one.
Yeah, the one whose squeaker wasn't working right.
Furby from the Black Lagoon.
Oh shit.
Guy on Broadway says, "Damn it, Krispy, give the brain cell back."
No, it was mine.
I paid for it this time.
It was my timeshare. You know what this kind of reminds me of is the one enemy from XCOM 2, the, was it the Faceless? There's just the big goopy guy with a goopy ass.
Yep.
Which is always just the worst to deal with because it's in every
Song will
fucking
acknowledge me in
retaliation
3,
mission.
2, 1.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
admonish. That's the word I should have used. Admonish. I think.
What did you do, Andy? Oh, that must have been something horrible.
Yeah, he said it, but it was censored out.
It was. That actually worked out pretty well. I also kind of want you to send whatever you sent to him to me. Because I'm...
Andy?
What?
Andy.
What?
Andrew.
It must be pretty bad.
Next time we meet up, like at the meetup, you're taking a trip over my knee, young man.
Oh my god.
And Krispy will be drawing it.
I do not want to draw that. Yeah, that ain't right.
Storm Song, you're just looking for an excuse to try to do it anyway.
That's besides the point. You've given me a just cause.
Oh. I like to think this is, I don't know what you want to call it. Mr. Goopington.
It's like poo. It's like a Pingu and Muck like fused together.
A little bit, yeah. This is like Grimace melting.
In response to what I said towards you, Andy, I said, Zork says, "Oh shit, he busted out the legal first name."
Yeah, he said his full name. It's serious.
You know what this is? If there was ever like a Batman Babies series, this would be Clayface.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm disturbed by the possibility that that might be a thing one day.
Yeah, Batman.
Well, I did see someone come up with a character that was like the son of Clayface, but it wasn't like this. It was just more a kid that...
They actually kind of had an episode like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't a son, it was more like a daughter, and it was like a piece of them that came off.
Oh. Was that from the original, the animated series?
I think so. It was later, though, when like the animation changed.
Ah.
When Joker's eyes went black.
Yeah, that kind of got weird with how they handled him. I mean, they kind of corrected it later when they did like the Justice League and stuff. He looked.
I think they did that because they wanted him to look more evil and sinister.
See, I thought he looked more sinister as what he looked like before.
Yeah, like there in that scene where he was stabbing that guy.
Yeah.
I just want you to know there's an alternate reality out there where Tim Curry went ahead with the being Joker.
With the what?
There is a...
Tim Curry was the Joker.
There's a sound clip of where Tim Curry was auditioning for being the Joker in the animated series.
Yeah.
Batman!
Batman! Oh my god, just Nigel Thornberry as the Joker. I can do this with my hands. What should I draw next? I'd say let's play the cryptid game, but there's only 3 of us. It is a snout elemental, you're absolutely right.
By the way, I was going to say that it seems very fitting that you and your wife would go to Gettysburg for your anniversary. I was like, you guys are going to go ghost hunting, weren't you?
Well, first of all, yes, we did go on a ghost tours. But we more went there because that is where they have the creature feature weekend that we go to. And that was also where I proposed to her at. Which, found out, the place where I proposed to her at, which is this lovely little wooden covered bridge, haunted as fuck. Like everything in Gettysburg, because it's Gettysburg.
Yeah. I mean, at least you didn't go to, like, the battlefield or something. That's like...
Oh, no, we drove by there. We stopped at a few spots. Not, like, the famous spots, but... No, even the town had a lot of morbid stuff to it. Like, I think... Because we went on a ghost tour that night. Also, sorry, I'm trying to think of stuff to draw.
Well, we could do the thing just between the 3 of us.
Yes, yeah, why not? Let's do it. We got time.
So, Andy, bust out the kaiju game.
Yes, for people that don't know, the kaiju game is a fun little game that we've come up with where it's kind of yes-anding a cryptid into existence. But anyway, so yeah, the ghost tour, I never knew this really about Gettysburg, but there was a lot of stuff that happened in the town itself. Fighting and everything. But as well, a lot of buildings were turned into field hospitals. And I don't know if you know anything about Civil War medicine, but it's not pretty. And one of the buildings that we talked about was a church that was there where they literally drilled holes in the floors to drain the blood because it was ankle deep from being a field hospital. Like, it's metal as shit. But, yeah, a lot of interesting history there. It was pretty fascinating, actually. A fun little fact. There's apparently like 1,500 Confederate soldiers buried in the town of Gettysburg that they don't know where they're at. So they because they had originally buried them because the government said they'd pay people, and the government decided to not pay said people, so they destroyed the records. But yeah, like when they were building the one at school there, apparently people had saw some stuff, and when they dug up where they were going to put the football field, they actually found the remains there. So some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
There was also a haunted objects museum we went to. A lot of dolls in the haunted objects museum.
Color me surprised.
I know, right? It's pretty weird.
You know,
couldn't think of why.
That horror movie that came out recently about the symbol monkey, that was one of the ones that I was actually thinking, like, I don't think I want to watch this, because it seems like too much.
Wasn't that a Stephen King?
Oh. When I think of Stephen
King
writing horror, I think of that Family Guy skit.
I'm fairly certain that he did that.
Oh my god, Stephen King? No, I'm Dean Kuntz. Oh, runs over him again.
No, I'm thinking of one where it's like,
oh
okay,
god!
I'm thinking about the one where it's like, what's your next story going to be about? He said, he's like, it's about a haunted, and he looks around the room. Lamp, and he pulls like this lamp and starts like jabbing at the guy.
I love lava lamp.
Fine, when can you get it to me?
Also, I don't know why I decided to start drawing this face, but here we are. Kind of looks like a rat thing.
Okay, so Andy, guide us through. It's time to make another kaiju.
Oh boy!
The kaiju-apocalypse begins again.
Yes. We should also probably keep it simple because we're of just time considerations.
Yeah. Storm song.
I make no promises.
Yeah, Mr. I put biblically accurate shit into everyone.
Pull some Ezekiel Old Testament shit.
Yeah, it's just like you just like open the Bhagavad Gita and just start quoting lines at us.
I am become death.
Destroyer of worlds.
Where are my fucking folders?
Huh? Oh yeah, that's a fun thing about Gettysburg, Brewster. Well, for one, actually one of the more interesting things they had in the Haunted Objects Museum was boards that they had used as amputation tables. They were stained. But as well, apparently, like, they had limb piles of amputated limbs that were so high they couldn't see, like, the basement entrance to the church. And the fun way of how they got rid of that was they recruited the children to dispose of them. Because history is full of really macabre shit.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want a really fun character from history to look up Carl Panzram. Anyway,
Parentheses audience. Don't look him up.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal stuff.
Alright. Krispy, like, pick a number between 0 and 7, like 1 through 6.
5.
Alright. You get to say the tail.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a scorpion tail myself. I'm also gonna write them on the tablet so I don't forget.
Fuck it, Scorpion's your tail.
Yeah. I'm the Scorpion King. I'm badly CGI'd into.
You don't have to say the loud part out loud. You don't have to say the loud part out loud. Jesus, Storm, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I think you are right. Corndog is just Beef Wellington for a different tax bracket.
Alright, Storm. 1 through 5.
3.
You get to pick the arms.
Oh no.
Okay. Elongated, bony, clawed arms.
think it's your turn, Andy.
All right. Give me a second to bring up a dice roller.
You do that. I'm gonna keep working on Uncle Ruckus here. This kind of looks like something from like Courage the Cowardly Dog episode, which
I think it does remind me. It's like one of the Halloween mask or the troll that rang the bell.
yeah. Oh shit! I did the hair in the wrong.
All right, the body. The body of an alligator.
All right. Yeah. I guess I can start working on this then. You know, the problem with this, Andy, not that I'm going to change it, is that gator bodies are like mostly tail, and he's going to have a scorpion tail.
I mean, anyway.
I'll make it work. I can fix him.
1, 2, or 3.
Me? Let me go with 2.
Legs.
Ooh. I'm gonna give him like goat legs. Goat legs sound fun. Yeah.
I think this is the second creature you've done goat legs for.
Oh shit. Yeah, I guess I did pick that for the
did it for
gobbledygook.
the,
Okay. Okay. Rather than goat legs, kangaroo legs. Let's do that.
I don't know what Windows did, but they really messed up Notepad.
I don't know. Oh man, alligators are kind of chunky looking, boys.
Yeah, and they got little bits of spikes going down along the back.
Yep. And once again, I've drawn things in the wrong layer. One moment. Sorry, continue.
Storm. 1 or 2.
2.
You get the special little feature item,
Oh no.
a horn or mane or something like that.
That's right. I said kangaroo legs. So.
We're gonna go with some Japanese shit.
Oh god damn it.
And he will have prayer seals all over his body, emanating some kind of power.
What kind of seals?
Prayer seals. Like, think of the...
Oh!
Yeah, like little paper charms.
Alright. Okay, charms. Okay, I was gonna say, do you think Twitch will get upset if I just draw a bunch of dicks? No.
No! But yes.
Yeah, it sounds like you're right.
You know what I'm gonna do for the head? Since
What?
we're thinking of playing Repo.
Oh my god. You want me to do the repo head?
Not the smiley face.
Like from the robots, you mean?
No. Give me a second.
Oh, that's fine. Oh. I'm kind of... Yeah, okay, that's kind of interesting. Kangaroo feet look different than I thought. I thought they were more like a digigrade thing, but, nope, turns out they're kind of, straightforward.
There you go, Crispy.
What is this? Let me see. Oh, that's horrifying.
Like that, but it's like weeping.
It looks like salad fingers. I like to collect rusty spoons. God,
I love the feeling of rusty spoons against my salad fingers.
It is almost orgasmic.
Did you watch what was his name? I swear the Papers, Please guy at my brain, he stops random people for no reason.
I'm Jordy.
game theory guy.
Oh, Matt Pat.
no.
Yeah,
I
Matt Pat,
know.
he did
I've not.
breaking down what he thought was what did we do for tail?
Scorpion tail.
Scorpion tail. It's like a
No, you said.
manticore.
I thought you said serpent tail.
Oh no,
it's
I said
scorpion.
no, because remember I said Scorpion King and how he's poorly.
Oh
CGI'd?
yeah. No, I remember now.
Yeah. No, I never watched Matt Pat. I don't know. I just never did. Never really appealed to me, I guess. But no, we watched.
Soup?
No, we watched the one guy on YouTube who does SpongeBob conspiracy theory videos.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Yeah, that
I've
dude's
seen that.
great.
It's hilarious. It's also so unbelievably dumb.
Oh, the one April Fool's he did, it just turned into like an acid trip by the end of it. It was like, what is happening? And then he's got the whole plot going on in the background where he's got the creature in his basement that he has to keep feeding.
It's funny too, because like if you let it, you can be like, that does make sense actually. Like Mr. Krabs, the one in the show, is not the original Mr. Krabs.
Oh man, I'm struggling with drawing a scorpion tail right now. Hold on. I know how to do this. Or at least to kind of help.
Mister, don't make anything too detailed.
Mr. Yeah, also me. Welcome to my life struggle, Andy. It's like, I'm gonna draw this simple, and it's 4 hours later, and I'm working on details.
So what did you say the head was?
Oh, actually, you know what? I'll post it in chat for people to see.
Oh.
Madness Combat was great, at least to the vastly younger me.
Oh, I remember the Madness series very well.
You know, there was a first-person shooter back in like the early 2000s called.
That's what the head is.
Ramshackle, welcome to the club. Our poor Ramshackle has learned what it is to find a gray hair finally.
Oh, apparently I've got a few of those. My dad said he's seen them, and I'm like, don't tell me that.
I got a tuft. I've got one of those like Bride of Frankenstein tufts of white hair, but the way I like kind of curl my hair back up the front, you don't see it.
I just don't want to think about losing my hair, man. I like my hair.
Yeah, turning gray doesn't mean you're losing it. It may just...
Well, I will say that I get paranoid about my hairline at times, in part because my one friend's a dick and decided to point that out to me one time, that he thought my hairline was thinning.
I'll say this, I'd rather my hairline thin from the front backwards than just making a big old giant, like, fryer tuck hole in the middle of my head.
That's kind of where I'm at.
A tonsure,
like,
you mean?
Yeah, like, I don't got the fryer tuck thing going on, but I do think my hairline is... I don't want to say it's thinning, but
every
it's
time
definitely
I leave a
not what
Walmart
it used to be.
or a shop that has like the overhead camera showing you leaving, they always blare. It's like I see this big old white spot in the back of my head where my hair used to be.
Oh, that's right. You said it has like bony arms. Long bony
like not
arm.
bones, but like gaunt. Like think like a witch's hand.
Yeah, like
or like
elongated, bony clawed arm.
Like salad fingers.
Like make his elbow like point back a little bit.
Oh, that's fine. I can just look at my own for that. Not even joking. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I thought he had different hands. Like, no, they're just... Yeah. Like, do you ever put, like, bugles on your fingertips as a kid? It's just like, he's got those kinds of fingers. Oh, that's right. He's got purity seals and shit on him, too. God, this is cursed. Like, we do the creature game, and I always think, like, maybe this one will be a fun little one. It's like, no, they're always horrifying when we do this game.
I haven't had fun in 72 years, Crispy.
Damn, long time. I haven't had fun since the Great Depression.
Thanks, Whacker.
I'm the youngest one in this chat, so fuck you.
Youth is a state of mind, Krispy.
Oh, absolutely. No, mentally I feel like I'm an 85-year-old.
When Whacker talks about depression, he was talking about the economical times in the 1920s.
I wonder if he's still in chat, just hearing us talk shit.
Oh, probably. Hi, Mr. Jiggles.
Hi, Jiggle.
If I ever decide to go bald, I'm going to purposefully oil my head. Yep.
You know what? Yeah, just power move it. That's what you gotta do.
Yep.
It's like, I'm going bald.
I mean, if you go
Everyone
bald,
will see
like,
it.
You could try to have a hairline like Megabyte from Reboot.
Oh, see, I was thinking, like, to do what King, like, polish my head to the point where it's like the scene in SpongeBob, where it's just like, bald, my eyes!
Yes.
Like, if I could blind people with a death ray, that would be pretty fun. Oh, he's gonna be doing the Slipknot head lane, I just want you to know.
Oh, yeah!
And I wasn't listening to some Slipknot.
Whack! Oh.
That's Disturbed.
I choose to hear what I choose to hear.
You uncultured swine. God, this looks like... Oh, God.
So what it is that Slipknot is new metal, but I just never actually liked Slipknot, but I did like Disturbed, so the moment you make me think of new metal, I go straight to Disturbed.
Oh, well,
just kind of on principle.
You could have gone to Korn as well.
Korn's okay. Korn's pretty okay.
Well, you gotta be falling away from me.
Try to Korn sideways.
Side Korn.
I try to turn my record player on its side, then it gets mad at me.
I had someone try to tell me a few weeks ago that Slipknot wasn't real metal. Okay, like that's one of those.
I thought you were just gonna stop at Slipknot wasn't real. I'm like, damn, that'd be pretty wild if there's a cryptid band, but
no. So I'm going to rant about something here.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. There is a brand of philosophy, and my business partner subscribes to this somewhat, and this is like the one sticking point between him and I, like, the people who are like, oh, this genre of music is dead, or that's not really part of this genre. Like, I understand if, you like, put a pop punk band in front of somebody, and then they say, like, that's not metal. It's like, okay, yeah, fine, that's fair. No, new metal is metal. It's not my favorite, but new metal is in fact metal. It's using the same kind of guitar work, it's using the same kind of drum work. It's based on similar vocal elements. Granted, it also takes a good portion from hardcore and hip-hop. That said, the people who are like, oh, power metal isn't real metal, new metal isn't real metal, like, only this is real metal, it's like, go fuck yourself. Seriously, fuck yourself, and then, like, find a really nice restaurant and get yourself a hamburger. Jesus.
So you mean to tell me that metalheads are pretentious? That doesn't seem physically possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to stoner metal, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Geez, Storm Song, it's only music. You lose your shit.
Andrew, I love you.
God, this looks like Dobby on meth.
You look like Dobby on meth.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, how did you find out?
A horror game where Dobby is stalking you, asking you for socks.
That's
just a socks master.
I hate that I can absolutely see that as a thing.
Markiplier would play it. Hello, everybody.
He'd probably be a voice in it. I know there's the one where it's like Michael Jackson as like a cryptid is chasing you.
Oh, the
Anioki? Anioki, yeah, that's it.
Okay, are you okay? I'm okay, Arnie.
I was waiting for that. how do I make it so he's got like a thick neck? Just like the Howard Taft neck, like bring me Reese's Pieces.
This guy stands outside in your yard saying like "Return to slab."
If I saw this in my yard, it would turn into the ending of Scarface really fucking quick.
If you saw this in your yard, but his mouth is doing like the rabbit, like
get
out
him now! Chase after with a rolled up newspaper. Like, get out my pants now! I want to see more movies like that where there's like a creature at the house and then you just got like some guy who's like, oh, what the fuck you doing in my yard? And just like starts beating the cryptid and the cryptid's just like confused, like what?
I want to see a movie where, okay, have you seen you've seen Monster Inc., right?
Yeah, Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
And at the end, the lizard guy like shows up and they're like, "Ma, there's a gate in the house." He's like, "Get out of here!" They just start beating him.
Yeah.
I want to see that, but like they're very intent on eating the monster or the alien.
Yep.
Oh, see, I first of all, I like that because that turns into like Silence of the Lambs. Secondly, if I was gonna make a movie like sort of like that, I'd have to do it true to real life because I cannot tell you how many like cryptid stories I've heard where it's like people think they saw a cryptid and their first response is, "Let's go shoot it." Like. There was one I listened to where it was like dudes having an all-night gun battle in their cabin against like floating aliens in the woods.
Yeah.
And you know, like probably they're shit-faced. Like.
Well, there was the guys that were shooting at a water tower because they just heard the War of the Worlds radio show and they were all drunk.
You know, I mean, I feel like shooting the water towers.
Shoot it!
I feel like shooting the water tower is probably a pastime to begin with there, but you know.
So I want to say something about War of the Worlds, and this is always interesting to think about, just from a human perspective.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine, if you will, that sounded like the entrance to a Twilight Zone episode.
Imagine if you will.
Imagine if
you
Billions and billions.
But, yeah, no, you live when that happened, right? When... you know, the first release of War of the Worlds, and several people actually panicked. They thought it was real because radio drama wasn't really a thing yet, and so you suddenly have this thing and people think it's the news. And they panic and they think, oh god, they're really aliens landing. We're in trouble. We need to get out of here. And people started packing up what they could quickly, getting into cars and leaving. You had people that started not a huge amount of looting, but there was a little bit of looting. There was even some small like clashes. And there were moments of people like being abandoned by their own family members who were trying to get out as quickly as they could. Like, now, wait, imagine.
I don't mean to interrupt, but are these documented? Because I have heard from things that it was kind of blown out of proportion, the reaction to it.
It might have been blown out of proportion, so, and I will be fair about that, because I heard about this from someone else. I have not researched it myself.
Although,
I do give
slight counterpoint to what I
do give that person credit.
Yeah. Slight counterpoint to what I just said, and sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but I do believe that they tried it once in, like, I think it was like Brazil or Argentina, and like 5 people died.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so,
and I'm just going to say,
possible.
I believe the source I listened to on this, but at the same time, do your own research, people. My word only goes so far. But what was I again? Oh yeah, but like think about that. Like you find out later all that shit's fake, right? Right? And then you find out that it's fake after, say, your family leaving you high and dry, possibly to die.
Yeah, that would definitely that would cause
you
some
know
problems.
What? That'd be an interesting, like, first-person survival, like, not post-apocalyptic, but, like, you're alone in a city that's abandoned.
Cities, or civilization is broken down, rather, is what you mean.
Something like that, and, like, there's no one to help you, and you're trying to find food, and, like, over the course of the story, you start finding out that the thing that scared everybody and got them to leave, like, was a radio show or something. It wasn't real.
That would be interesting. An idea for a game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, imagine like shit. What was the game with the fungus zombies?
The Last of Us.
Yeah, imagine Last of Us, but you never run into monsters. But you keep, like, hearing, like, chatter on radios and stuff like that. And as you're moving around with your, like, broken leg or something like that, eventually you start hearing, like, things like, it's not real, it's not real. Like, sometimes you'll even see messages on the wall written in blood or something like, it's not real, or something like that.
Yeah.
What's a good name for that?
This just did, I don't know.
Mass hysteria or something?
Oh, no, that is what it is, mass hysteria. That's what you call something like that. I mean, you see that a lot with UFO encounters, where you'll have an event happen, and you'll have, more and more sightings that'll happen around that. And, some of that could definitely be chalked up to mass hysteria or just, like, seeing a thing or something, but, with certain incidents, it's interesting. Like, the Hudson Valley sightings are a big one because that was something that was seen by a lot of people on multiple days.
I mean, I wonder what is it like where that bridge collapsed and the whole Mothman thing. Just being in that town for
I mean,
well,
there was a lot of weird shit that happened around that, so...
Yeah, Mr. Jiggle says, it would be funny, though, if during that game the thing that caused that was fake, but something else started happening, like, halfway through the game that was just as bad. Also, hi, TK.
I like that idea. Like, it turns out that the fake thing was actually a cover for something that was actually happening that was really bad.
Or it was just really bad timing.
Or that, yeah.
I mean, I want to go for the existential dread of what what Storm was going for. Was like, oh no, everything's fine. You guys are just crazy. Or it's not that you guys are crazy. You just showed like the dark side of humanity. Like everything that's wrong that's happened was 100% purely like the human condition.
Yeah, and sort of like, it's one thing if somebody abandons you because they're trying to save their own life, and it sucks, but biological imperatives and all that. But yeah, like, what if it was family, and then for that matter, it turned out to be fake afterwards, and you had to go through that awkward conversation that was about to happen.
I mean, I also think that depends on the situation too, because I mean, you could definitely have a situation where it's just like you have someone that's just like, just leave me behind and like save yourselves. But you can also have a situation where you have like an overreacting parent or somebody just like throw their kids out of the car and drives off in a panic. Like that could definitely be a really uncomfortable
that's what I mean. Like there are some situations where it will play out better for some than others, but
oh man, I just remember the one scene from the movie Death of Stalin where like
he's sick and nobody believes him.
Well, no, it's like the one kid that gets like arrested by like the secret police, or no, like the one kid gets the dad arrested by the secret police because the dad's like actually an abuser or something, and then like he gets released and comes home or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm just like, oof, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Be pretty messed up stuff.
I kind of dealt with that in the Fallout Equestria game I did, because there was a part where they came across a man and a younger teenager, and the teenager was perpetually panicked, and the man was able to communicate with the party roughly. The party would figure out later that what he was doing was what they call in 1984 newspeak. But the child only ever...
rizz and shit, okay.
Yeah. Well, no, like, double plus ungood. Like the weird, like, breakdown of language so that more complex ideas can no longer be conveyed.
No, I've been to TikTok. Continue.
And the reason the kid's panicking is he's only ever known that world. He's never known, a free world, and he's never known a world where that isn't the language, but the father remembers. And so the father broke them out to leave, and the kid runs to the party right away and starts saying stuff to them. And you kind of see the sad, defeated look on the father's face because he knows that his son is panicking and trying to report him. And doesn't realize the party isn't members of, quote, the party. And it's
Ooh.
really not the boy's fault that he's been abused into that thought process by their system. But
Yeah,
it's also heartbreaking because he's so terrified that he'd report his own father.
Yeah, shit's.
And I did that with
stuff.
ponies.
I mean that puts a whole other level to it too. It's just like to think of a scene like that, but it's My Little Pony.
Fallout
Reminds me of
Equestria
certain
is delightful.
photoshops that I've seen that I probably shouldn't mention.
Mr. Jiggle says, really depends on the situation. I would never abandon family unless reaching them or trying to save them isn't actually a detriment to other people. Yeah, that's what.
I mean, that's
I
kind
think
of what we're
Crispy meant.
saying. Like,
Yeah,
like obviously, like that's a
one
situation.
thing.
That's still hard to deal with. I mean, regardless of like it being justified, you know, because you obviously that's a heartbreaking thing. But you know, there's also people that would definitely be like, every man for himself, even if it's my family.
Yeah.
Or other horrible things that could happen, which is just like, I don't even want to get into on stream, but
and that's exactly what. Yeah. Now Brewster says, isolated town, middle of winter, people panic as they lose telephone connection to the outside as radio broadcast tells invasion is starting with realistic sounds and even state governor taking part in speech. Looting, town gets partially burnt, survivors flee, animal scavenge corpses. Turns out the radio broadcast was cut off before the reveal of it being a show. Weeks later, as rescuers manage to clear the road leading to the town. Bam.
Ooh. That could be a really interesting survival horror game. Like you just like you're like part of the highway department or something, and there's been like a blizzard the past week, and you're kind of going to clear the roads, and it's like some kind of like remote, like backwoods town. I would say it would have to be just like kind of like a Silent Hill situation almost, but you know without the supernatural aspect to it.
If in the program the aliens were like they're taking over the bodies of officials or something like that, or like they're mimicking like government officials.
Yeah. Man, I'm just thinking of like interesting ways you
when
can
you
take
show
it
up,
too.
they're like, it's them, it's the aliens, or something like that.
Just like, oh man. Because one thing I've been thinking about with this, and it's like, it's not something I want to get too in the weeds about, but just like the idea of like, you know, some sort of doomsday cult that's just been waiting for a sign, like almost like a Heaven's Gate kind of dealio. That's in that town and shit starts happening. Like, what would the repercussions of that be? But yeah, that's a whole other.
In a weird way, Far Cry 5 spoilers for anyone.
Oh, I know what you mean with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but like. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you chose to hear the spoilers. Is the ending of Far Cry 5 is, you know, you have this big thing with the cult trying to take over, and then the nukes fall.
Yeah, it turns out the cult was right all along.
Yep.
Which is just interesting.
You think the eye should be kind of like a bright yellow?
Oh, I can change the color on him. I just put the green for the moment. I'm just more trying to get it. Yeah.
Not trying to backseat arts. Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm open to feedback. As long as it's constructive feedback, I'm open to it. You know.
So what do we name this thing? Like,
I've been wondering that.
Huh?
I've been wondering that.
I kind of like the Rougarou, but not Rougarou, but something that sounds like it. The Borogor or something?
I kind of like that. The Borogor sounds interesting. Oh, no, the yellow eyes work a lot better on that, Andy. I think you had a good point there. Because, yeah, look, now they stand out from a distance more.
So there was this old man that kept, like, he had, like, a wildlife reserve. And you know, the people in town started distrusting him and thought he was like into witchcraft or demonology and all that shit.
Yeah.
So they barricaded him in his ranch. And like,
yes.
I don't know, sent like their weird priest guy that was like not up to snuff in there.
actually, that does give
And
me an
then, like-
interesting idea.
Like months later, like they go in there and they find all the animals and the man gone. And then like
Well-
months after that, like this thing starts showing up.
That does give me an interesting modifier to our idea, where this town could have an exotic animal collector in it who saw bad stuff happening and decided to release all the exotic animals that had happened, or that he had, which is a
I'm
real
going
thing
more
that
like-
has happened. If you look up the story of Zanesville, Ohio, and this is mentioned briefly in the Tiger King documentary, that sort of thing happens where a guy, part of, well, essentially, a lot of bad stuff happened in this guy's life. He decided to end it all. So part of what he did was released all these animals, just like into this town. Like he was an exotic animal collector to the point of like a hoarder. And that was a very interesting day for that town. If you like watch the Tiger King documentary, they mention it briefly, but I digress. But just like that idea of like somebody living in a remote town like that, and then you get like a War of the Worlds broadcast, and they just decide to release all their animals, so they could be freer at least, or something like. Just be
Oh
wild.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to
going
interrupt
for,
you.
like,
Andy.
I was going for like this guy fused with a lot of his animals, but it
Ooh.
wasn't his doing. Like somehow the town caused this to happen. Like it's some like
Some
Silent Hill
Cronenberg.
shit. Like
Yeah,
it's their,
like-
their fear of him and all that somehow like manifested and caused them to like fuse together into this.
Oh, that's a tulpa, so yeah, let's.
It's not a tulpa.
It's a mental illness. Tulpas are weird. Well, it looks like we're getting to the end of stream here, actually. So, which is convenient because I just finished coloring this guy. I'm just gonna do the
Yeah.
background real quick, or just a color for the background. Actually, I'm making my life harder. For
I
what
like
I
to
wanna do
think that
here.
you're on the road and you like you come up on
Okay.
this thing and like the eyes are glowing and the headlights are on it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
per what you said, Crispy, next stream,
Yes.
let's make it an objective to make one of these that's nice.
Yeah, let's make a. I mean, I'm down for it to still be cursed, but yeah, let's make a cuter one.
Let's
We
make
can
like
do that
a
next stream.
not a pony, but like something that would exist in a My Little Pony. Something that would exist in Qtopia, maybe.
Maybe,
Yeah.
or like, something that's like you could make it spore. I don't know.
Well, don't forget, Andy, that from even third gen onward, not third gen, even in the
We
original.
never gave this thing a name, by the way.
Borgaro.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. But never forget that, Cerberus, the three-headed guard dog of hell, was in My Little Pony.
Yeah, but that's just
Oh,
a dog
yeah.
with 3 heads. I'm talking like
Yeah.
You know what? I saved the deep lore dive for the next stream because we can get weird with it.
but no.
At
Oh,
any
okay.
rate, I think we're at the end of time here, unfortunately. So this is where we'll have to
Right.
cut for the day. But
Yep.
yeah, Mr. Cuddles is a great name.
You all
But
have...
thank you. Yes,
a
thank
good
you all for
time.
joining us today.
Mr.
And I hope
Cuddles.
you have a good rest
That's
of
what
your
the
week.
little girl called it.
Don't explode.
Yes, don't explode. Bye, everybody.
Bye!